Good morning guys, thanks for joining me on miserable, rainy, damp, horrible, cloudy, dull Sunday. It's very unusual for me to put makeup on a Sunday. It's usually my makeup free day unless we're doing something specific. So I have put makeup on this morning purely to film this video. I very rarely ever film on a Sunday either. But it's been a busy old week socially, not work-wise. And this coming week is shaping up to be just as busy. Lots of lovely things going on and nice stuff, but YouTube is the thing that, and also work this week has been the thing that get put on the back burner when other stuff is busy. So I wanted to apologise as well that there haven't been as many videos as I normally like to get out. I usually like to do a minimum of 2 a week and I'm barely reaching that at the moment. And part of the reason for this is that it has been so busy, life, social, various different things. We've been away to my parents. It was Ashley's brother's 50th birthday. Just this week gone. We're going away again this week. Only me and Ashley to Exeter for the night to go to the theatre, and we're going to do a bit of Christmas shopping and all that sort of thing. And we've got Ashley's mother coming over one night, and I went out with a friend another night. So it's just that sort of gathering of force of pre-Christmas activity. I don't know. And then we're away again later this month because we're going to Bath. And yes, so it goes on. So there's a lot of stuff going on. I haven't got as many videos out as I would have liked, and I can see that being the case for the rest of November. The busyness is one reason. The other reason is that now I've committed to doing Vlogmas this year, I want to put some of this time I spend on YouTube or planning for YouTube into planning Vlogmas. It's a big ask doing daily videos every day for I generally do 23 days. I stop on the 23rd of December, and sometimes the content can get very repetitive, I find, and it's difficult to edit it into shorter videos, I think, because you know, I'm always very aware that there's a lot of people doing Vlogmas, and the viewers want to watch a lot of different people's Vlogmas videos, so try and keep them shorter, you know, so there's all that as well. And in order to do that and keep the content interesting and varied, it does take a bit of planning, and I'm planning to do it slightly differently this year. I haven't got it all completely ironed out, but I'm spending my YouTube planning time planning for Vlogmas more than planning the sort of November videos. So November is what is going to suffer, I guess I'm saying, ultimately. There will be videos. If there's anything you specifically want me to make or talk about or tell you about, let me know in the comments and I will endeavour to do that in a Chatty video. Maybe I'll do something like a sort of Chatty update once a week or something for November. Anyway, the reason I'm here today is goals. It's already the 4th of November, hence the makeup on a Sunday. I've got to film this now because otherwise it's going to be too late to do November goals. And as ever, we will start with a recap of my goals for October. I will link the video up here if you didn't see it, and I'm going to tell you how I got on. Looking down because I've got my notes here, so if I'm not looking at the camera as much as I should be, apologies. However, several of the goals I set in October were goals that ran through to the end of the year. I've written them down in the order that I did them in the video, so I'm just going to go through them one by one like that. And the first one was I wanted to lose another 1.5 stone, which is £14 is a stone for American viewers, so £21, £20 approximately by the end of this year. I'm not going to lie, it hasn't been a great month for Slimming World. I've lost some weight. I think I'm on approximately 1.5 stone loss. However, having said that, so that being the case, I would have another stone to lose by the end of the year. Having said that, I haven't weighed, and I'm due to weigh tomorrow, and this week has been nothing short of a disaster, an absolute disaster. Too much social stuff going on, too much bad. I find it so, I was listening to a video by Miss Amy Rach last week, and it resonated so strongly with me that once you let yourself fall off the wagon, it's so hard to get back on it. It's so hard. It's absolutely a mindset thing, and it's just so hard. And I know myself. I looked at my diary this morning to see what's coming up this week, and this week is probably going to be another disaster. I have just rejoined Slimming World for another 6 months. I believe in the plan. If I can keep to the plan, it works for me. I don't feel hungry on the plan. But I think the reality of me losing another stone by Christmas is quite unlikely, if I'm honest. And I know that sounds defeatist. But I've always said I need to balance it with having a life. But I know myself well enough to know that I'm unconvinced that I'm going to be able to do it this side of Christmas. That doesn't mean I'm not going to try. I will still try and make good choices. I will still try and keep to plan where I can. But there's so many instances where I know I'm not going to be on plan, that it's hard. However, that goal still stands, and I will just leave it there. As long as it's in my head, that's a step in the right direction, right? Also, the other thing, of course, is not to put weight on, not to put on all the weight that I've lost, and as long as I keep that in my head and keep weighing every week, I think that is a good way to sort of avoid that happening. My next goal was to get 350 new listings up on eBay in the month of October. I missed this goal, but not by much. I got to, I haven't got my bit of paper with my boxes that I crossed off, but I think I got to 320, 321, something like that. We had an unexpected 2 work days away beginning of last week, which was the end of October, the last couple of days of October. We went up to my parents for some business stuff, and it meant that I lost those last 2 days of listing. So I think that if I'd had those 2 days of listing, I'd have reached my goal of 350. So I'm going to call that one a win. I was really happy with the amount of listings I managed to get up in October. And yeah, that eBay was it was a good month for me on October. And I think, again, it's just that thing of the effort you put in is the results you get out. And it's so true. I love that ability to control your destiny, about being self-employed, I guess. I also had on my goals list to get 50 new listings up on Etsy and 50 new listings up on Facebook. I did get some up on each. I think I probably managed 25 to 30% of each of those goals, if I'm honest. But it was just a time issue. I just didn't have the time to put into either of those things with trying to reach the eBay goal as well. However, Facebook I found really good. I was listing vintage clothes on Facebook in various sale group, sort of specific targeted sale groups rather than marketplace, and I did really well with that, and that's definitely something I want to explore more with vintage stock, and no fees on Facebook, so that's a win. I had a few nice sales on Etsy as well throughout the month, so I think just spending a little bit of time, if I really had the time to put into Etsy, I'm almost wondering in the new year if I ought to have 1 day a week where I work on Etsy and Facebook or different platforms from eBay, and just, you know, have that 1 day that I set aside to do that every week. Once I've got through my backlog, maybe that will work better. I don't know, it's just a thought anyway, but certainly they're platforms worth exploring more for me. My next goal was one that I set to the end of the year again, and it's a complete reorganisation of all my reselling space, my stock storage and so on. I'm making inroads with that. I'm working through my backlog. I'm making sure I do something with my death piles. I know some people don't like that expression, but that's what they are, to be honest. So I'm working through those, a couple of things at a time, making sure that I do something every day to get that stuff listed or thrown away or sent back to the charity shop, because I'm never going to list it. And slowly but surely I'm getting through that, and that's, you know, another target for the year end, to be through that and have my reselling space reorganised. My next goal was a complete fail. It was the walking goal. How do I get myself out walking and doing a bit of exercise? I just can't do it. I've failed at this so many times. I wanted to go out for a walk 3 times a week, and I don't do it. There's always something more important or more pressing to be done, and especially this time of year. It's cold, it's a bit wet, it's miserable, and then in the summer my excuse was it's too hot, I didn't want to go out in the sun and walking, and I just don't know. I'm at a loss, and so that goal was a fail, I'm afraid. My next goal was to have a low buy month, not to buy myself too much stuff. I didn't want to have a no buy, because as soon as I say that, I see 1,000 things that I need to buy. Need being a word loosely used in this context, as I'm sure you understand. I did quite well at this. I don't think I bought myself very much at all during the month of October. I would say that was a success. I certainly didn't make any big purchases, or no new clothes, I don't think. Oh, I did buy one blouse in Marks and Spencer's when I was out with Kirsten, but other than that, nothing major at all. And the next goal was to burn my candles, to use them, all these candles I've got, and I forget to burn them. I forget to light one when I get up in the morning. And I have been doing this. Did you hear that? That's my cat wanting attention. He's sitting on the bed over there. Reg, what is it? Bless your little heart. People next door to us have got a field, and they have a bonfire party in there the Saturday nearest to the 5th of November every year, and it was last night, and poor Red was terrified. He was sitting crouched behind this chair for hours, really low to the floor and very upset. But you're all right today, aren't you, mate? Yeah? Yeah, candles. I've been good at burning my candles, and I only bought 2 new ones, and they were both from Home Bargains during the month of October. I bought that lovely gingerbread one. I think I showed them in a video, actually. I'll link it up here. Yeah, the Home Bargains gingerbread one, which was £2.99, and a really lovely apple one that was £1.99. So go and watch that video, see the apple one, and go to Home Bargains and buy one if they've still got them in stock. I think they're an American brand. They're from Walmart. Yeah, anyway, I digress. Candle burning successful. Another goal I put on my list was to do things at the weekend with Ashley. Ashley's my husband, for those who don't know. Our son has recently gone off to university, and we are empty nesters, as they say. And I just felt like we were very often busy doing stuff around the house and the garden at the weekends, working, and we're both slightly workaholics, so I wanted to put aside time every weekend to just do something together, even something as simple as going out for a walk or watching a film or going for a coffee together. And we have done that every weekend. We have done something, nothing major, nothing exciting. Yesterday afternoon, for example, watched a film together, and there's very few films that we both like, so it's always a bit of a challenge to find something, but we did yesterday, and that was nice. And yeah, we have just been spending a little bit more quality time together, as they say. The last thing on my challenge was, on my list of goals, sorry, was my reading challenge for the year, which was to read 52 books this year. And I just put that on my goals list to remind myself that I really want to get to that. I'm on target to reach it, but I just wanted to keep it on there to sort of remind myself. And yeah, that's still going well. I think I'm 1 book behind, but I'm sure I managed to catch up with that. Right, so that's my October goals. God, we're already on 13.5 minutes. Goals for November. I've kept this fairly light. As I said at the beginning of this video, I'm quite busy with various other things. Life will get in the way, and December's going to be a full-on month with Vlogmas, so I do want to keep it quite light, nothing too major. I have put as my first goal, have more days on plan than off plan with Slimming World. We're already on day 4 of November at 11 o'clock in the morning, and we've already had 4 days off plan. That's not good, is it? I am going to track it though. I am going to track it, and I'm going to see how I get on. My feeling is it's not going to be good, but if I track it, it will keep it in mind, won't it? My next goal is to keep working through my stock backlog. I've talked about that a little bit just now, my eBay stock. Just to keep going through those things that I've had for ages, and this stock reorganisation that I'm doing. So that's that goal. And my third goal is sort of a fun one. It's an Instagram challenge for the month, which is #NotNewNovember, which is it was started by my friend Holly June Smith on Instagram. I'll link her Instagram below. It's a challenge with different subjects every day. I'll post it, a screenshot of it here. So you could, to celebrate the clothes that you already own, to stop buying not to stop buying new things, but to make us enjoy the things we already have and make the most of those and see the stories behind them and that sort of thing, rather than constantly wanting new, and so far it's been really good reading everybody's posts. I've really enjoyed it, so I'm doing that challenge in November. And I also wanted to do some sort of decluttering challenge, or some sort of decluttering, not necessarily a challenge, through the month. And an account that I follow, somebody I follow on YouTube, Jessica Avey, has recently started a new Instagram account. Again, I'll link it below. Everyday Amazing You it's called, and she recently put a decluttering challenge. It's a 31-day challenge. I'm not going to complete it during this month, but it's to declutter various different areas of your life. Again, I'll put a screenshot up here so you can see it, the different areas. And I thought I might play along with, pick some of those out during the month to try and do some decluttering, make some space, ready for the Christmas influx. Although I'm hoping there's not going to be a massive Christmas influx this year. Christmas is going to be very low-key in this house. Right, talking of which, the Christmas word. I'd like to have my Christmas shopping mostly done by the end of this month. Haven't even started it yet, so that'll be interesting. But it would be nice to go into the month of December knowing that most of that sort of gift shopping is done and sorted. Again, I've just written my 52 books this year. Reading goal in, just to keep in mind and remember to keep reading books. I'd like to up my Etsy listings again. I am having sales on Etsy. I've just put that on there. I'm not setting any specific target, but I just want to keep Etsy in mind. And I would like to get all of my vintage stock onto Facebook groups by the end of this month, because as I said, I was doing quite well with the few bits that I have put on there. Whether that will happen this month or not, I don't know. It's a bit of a big ask, but we shall see. Anyway, that is my goals for November. Let me know what your goals are for November, or how you did with your goals in October or something. And yeah, thank you very much for watching, guys, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye bye.